Good morning. This is Melissa Lynn with hashtag melissalynhair. As I promised, I have my first guest artist for our video tutorials and also lifestyle tutorials. I reached out to this lovely woman who is Kitten Ville. In case you don't already know, you should know. And she is a world famous burlesque dancer. She was part of the Velvet Hammer. She is part of what brought burlesque back to modern days. And she's kept it alive. She teaches classes. I was one of her students on her very first class series that she taught here in Riverside. But she travels to Europe every single year, sometimes numerous times a year. She's amazing. But Kitten, hi. I really have always admired you for just your outlook on life. You seem to have an excitement about life, an excitement about being a grown woman. You're unapologetic about who you are. And I wanted to hear a little bit about sort of your life philosophy on that.
Well, I really do believe that you should just live your life for yourself. You should push past your comfort zones. I feel like that's how we grow, when we get that kind of tingly feeling. I think of it as excitement. A lot of people think of it as nervous, like, oh, I don't know if I should do that. And for me, anytime I start feeling like, oh, I don't know, it's a good signal to like just really push past those boundaries and take that initiative and just that excitement and run with it and really try to do something new all the time, really trying to bring yourself to that next level, go somewhere different, experience new cultures, experience new things. Like life is just a huge experiment. It's a huge feeling, you know? So it's like you should be living it to the fullest. Don't waste your time just kind of, oh, I don't know, one day I'm gonna do this, but I'm not good enough now. I'm not sure if I should do it now. You are always good enough. You are always ready. Just jump in, you know, get your shoulders wet, dive down, dive deep, and, you know, take life for the ride that it is, because we don't want to waste time. We're not here very long.
But you know what? I've always admired you. I run into women sometimes when they hear that I've been doing burlesque for almost 10 years now.
Right? You were in my first class, so it has been 10 years.
I know.
It's 10
Very
years anniversary.
Cheers to women all around the world. So I have women sometimes say, oh, I would love to do something like that if I were thinner, if I were younger, if I'd have done it a long time ago, that sort of thing. And I encourage them to just follow their heart.
Yes.
I believe that women can be sexual, beautiful, viable creatures. Always we are.
Yes, we are.
And so I've always looked up to you in respect to that, because like I say, it doesn't matter who is in the room, what age they are, what they look like. You come into a room and you sort of just, the light shines upon you. And what is that? Is it just your positivity? You never are held back by any of those ideas that the world puts upon us.
No, I really don't believe in them. I really believe it. I really don't.
I know
you don't
you
believe
don't.
in something. It doesn't.
Right?
It doesn't work for you, right? Like if we don't ascribe to that.
If we don't accept it, it doesn't apply.
But it's true. It is. Life is perspective. It's how you look at life that makes what it is. You know, you and I could be sitting here having the exact same moment, but my experiences is going to be different because of the way I see and filter my life. So I think that is it. It's always to be positive, to always look, I mean, it naturally, I always look for, it just seems everything, I always look for that brighter side, that little Pollyanna world of it. But I also think women are really beautiful, sexy creatures. Like, I mean, we have our sexuality that lasts us till the day we die. And I feel like within the world of consumerism and commercials and stuff, they keep trying to make you buy something, and they want you to feel better about yourself, but they want you to have a product to do that. So, you know, when you've got to kind of, for me, I don't watch television. I don't watch really anything with commercials in it. So because it just eats away. It's always telling you you're not thin enough, your hair's not this, your body's not that, your style, you know, so it's always trying to make you something different. And I think you need to look into your heart and find out who you are. And I'm in class, especially when I'm teaching and stuff, I'm always trying to tell the girls, who are you? Bring that to the stage. Be who you are always. Don't be you. Don't be, I mean, like, don't be Cinnamon Britches. Right. Don't be Kitten Ville. Be who you are. Who are you? And really let that shine through, because each of us are special in our own way. And the more we all shine our own lights out there, the more diverse and beautiful the world is, and the more we can connect on that way, you know. And I believe, you know, as far as, you know, the body images of women and things like that, I mean, just be the best who you can be. Don't wait for the moment when, like, oh, I'm gonna get this bathing suit when I'm this size, or I'm gonna travel when I'm this, or I can't do this. It's like, right now is a moment to do everything. You are perfect the way you are right now. And if you want to, you know, experiment with like changing your body or changing your style, that's great, but you can't stop your life until you get to that moment. Life doesn't stop. We're always flowing in it. So you have
Don't you think when you just go forward, shining with your own unique divinity, as you were talking about, that the rest of it just sort of falls into place?
Oh, yes.
When you don't worry about it and you act as if it's yours for the taking, then the other stuff that you were worrying about seems to fall behind you, right?
It's so true, because life just flows. We're here. If you're living your life the way you want to live it, if you're living in the right flow, you're going with your own self, right? You're just going with what feels right inside of you. It does. You're attracting all of that because it's natural. That's supposed to be there. When you're fighting against the stream of everything, like, you know, your flow is going this way, but you want to go over here, you're just making those weird little dams and currents, and it's like creating all those little eddies and waves and everything that's now going against you. And you got to realize, when your life is feeling like that, you are your dam. You need to like break that away and just let it flow and find your rhythm again. That just means you've gone off balance.
Don't be your own dam, okay? Be your own flow, man. That rhymes. Her phone is blowing up because she's very popular. Tell me where someone can find you if they were interested in taking a burlesque class. I know you're very busy. She performs constantly, but where can they find you to look into that?
The best place to reach me is kittendeville.com. So and just hit the contact button, and I'm really good at hitting you back. If you don't hear from me for a few days, it's because I'm traveling. I don't have a good Wi-Fi connection, but I'm really good at getting back to you. I teach classes in Riverside. I teach classes when I'm on tour. I love to share burlesque, but to me it's not even just about burlesque and being on stage. It's really about creating the confidence within ourselves and growing and blossoming as people. To me, that's what burlesque classes do. It gives women that power to be themselves and to take their own sexuality back to them and feel beautiful and confident and sexy, and to know that they are still these viable, beautiful women out there.
Do you know
and
that
sexy.
I found a lot of the comfort and my own identity as a sexual creature, and not just sexual in the sex way, but just embodying who I am in her classes through performing, because I found you especially, cheers to all the burlesque teachers out there, but I'm so grateful that I fell beneath you in order to learn how to fly in respect to that, because you always allowed and encouraged, as you were talking about, for us to be individuals. And I think the most successful burlesque dancers, or people in life in general, are doing exactly what Kitten was talking about, and that is finding how you uniquely shine and doing that to the fullest. Copycats, meh, it's just not that interesting. So it's beautiful to be inspired, but I found that your lessons were everything. But if you sat and listened to you in between the actual lesson parts and just hear how you take on life and your advice in regards to how you carry yourself, it was everything. I'm so grateful.
I remember when you told me that, and you actually took my class, what, twice?
Yes.
To do that. And I was thinking about that, because I do love to talk, and I don't, even when I'm teaching classes, I know what I'm going to teach, but it's not a script. So I just, you know, when people ask me questions, things just kind of pop off the top of my head, and I do change. Each class is going to be a little bit different to each each different, you know, every time I teach it. So I never really thought of that until you had told me that one day, and I was like, wow, you're right. I do talk a lot in between.
The magic is in between the lessons. I would see some girls, they'd be talking while they weren't being taught a specific move, and I'm like, shh, the magic is happening right now. You don't even know. She's laying diamonds down and she's speaking, and I'm just trying to scoop them all up. I want to thank you so much for being a part of this interview today.
You are welcome. I love that you're doing this. I look forward. I love all your video blogs that you've been doing, and so I'm really happy that you asked me to do one.
This is a way to kick it off. Kicking it off with Kitten DeVille. What? Again, thank you. Please check out kittendeville.com and look. Google her. There's a lot to be found. Really beautiful, wonderful performance, and you'll see different photos of her classes that she's taught all around the world. Thank you again, Kitten.
You're welcome.
I'm so very grateful. Ciao until we meet again.